A new life in Europe. A dream chased by thousands.
I don't really think you can better it.
It's just amazing living in Spain.
With sunny days and a great way of life, it's easy to see why. Woo! But this doesn't come for free.
To come up with that money out of thin air is quite difficult.
So to fund this life,
oh my God,
expats are setting sail.
He's out, he's gone.
And setting up businesses.
There's mushrooms growing on the wall.
Okay.
On this series, we follow these enterprising expats.
Every day's like this at the minute, it's just non-stop.
Run, run, run!
Launching paragliding and restaurants in Spain.
I think there's a future in this for us.
B&Bs and villas in France.
Look at that, like a Ferrari toilet.
But will it be profitable?
There was a lot of happy people here.
Or simply painful?
I want a piece of Spain, not a piece of Chernobyl.
And can the new expats really make their new life in the sun pay?
Job well done.
I'm so happy.
Today, the heat is on.
This is what you want to be like in 35-degree heat. It's like in front of a barbecue.
As two restaurateurs attempt another massive event.
This is the last time we'll cater for 80 to 100 people over the summer.
I think for our sanity it needs to be.
Will this kite surfer's Kenyan trip
How's it looking? It's looking a little bit better than yesterday.
end on a high?
With a few more knots, we might try and just get you on the water a bit earlier.
And will a new property
This is a huge room.
help these holiday hosts keep their dreams alive?
Rachel has got 3 viewers for this today. Hopefully, we'll get a long-term rent.
The Dordogne in southwest France, where weekly food markets can be found in almost every town and village. Selling everything from fruit and veg, meats and cheeses, they are a paradise for food lovers. And for chefs like expat Joe Gell, they're the perfect place to stock up on the freshest ingredients.
Come dressed as a chef, and they tend to even knock a bit of money off, or just chuck a couple of extras in.
She and her partner Alice are in the second year of running a restaurant and B&B near Fertiac. And this season, they have branched out into large events. Tonight is their biggest party to date, the Battle of the Bands. But with customers due in 2 hours, Joe has hit a major hitch.
It's hot and we're still down a band or two.
2 bands have pulled out at the last minute. Alice is keeping well out of the way.
I'm getting loads of phone calls for restaurant bookings as well, so you kind of have to remember that you do the same thing at the same time. I've got check-ins and check-outs tomorrow, so I'm kind of focusing on that, which just gives me a really good excuse to just avoid what's going on in the garden.
Monitor 1, check.
Joe calls on one of the band members who has turned up to help find another act.
I'd like 6 bands. We have.
Maybe you can arrange this. Just let me give a call.
Yeah?
Yes.
You know some people?
Yes, I know.
Cool.
Of course, I'm going to call David.
Get on your phone.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to do
Thank
it.
you.
Monitor 2, check, check.
I give you George to explain to you.
Are you and anyone else available to come down and have a play, basically? Yeah. That's right. It's not starting till 9 o'clock. It would be fantastic if you can. I mean, we were down to 3 and we're back up to 5. So yeah, if you could come and complete the 6, that would be brilliant. And it's a €500 prize.
Crisis averted, just as the audience arrives.
Okay, so 2 adults, 1 child for me.
Thank you very much.
All they have to do now is get the food out on time and hope all the bands turn up.
You were never a big fan of all this, were you?
No, I'm painting a grin on my face right now.
Alice isn't smiling, and soon Joe's also starting to feel the pressure.
Everybody's happy. Stop stressing.
I am a bit
We're all up
stressful.
to date in the kitchen.
Yeah, she's just here. We're a bit behind here. This is what you want to be like in 35-degree heat. It's like in front of a barbecue. It's where you want to be, isn't it, Mark?
It is.
The barbecue's open.
As more and more guests turn up, the team is pushed to their absolute limit serving the food.
It's about 9 o'clock and a table of 12 has just arrived. So We just had to find any chair and any table and put a line together for them to eat.
But at least they have a full quota of bands to get the music started.
There are voting slips and pens on your table.
Tonight was wonderful, but the actual haute cuisine definitely kicks it up a notch. But with the addition of the music, it definitely kicks it into extra game.
A couple of them actually hit the right note because they got everybody up dancing. And at the end of the night, that's what they'll go home and remember, is the dancing. So yeah, it was good, really good.
We heard of this and it's been lovely. We've had some great food, great views. It's been beautiful.
The final band has played and all the votes have been counted. It's time for the sponsor, local estate agent Joanna Leggett, to announce the winner.
It is exciting, I'm so excited. So we're doing no particular order.
Okay.
Third, second.
There is a particular order though, right?
Oh yeah, there is a particular order. We should do second and
when
third.
You say we start with third, it's a particular order. 500 euro prize goes to...
Are you ready for this? Enzo!
Yeah, thank you to all the people who voted for me.
Alice and Joe have pulled off another successful event.
I think we should give it up for Joe and Alice for putting on a great night tonight.
But now they need to weigh up whether hosting large parties are worth the hours of hard work.
So we're going to have a big old chat about whether this works or not for next year. I think it's, I mean, for me, I love this, and I think it's a big old conversation to have. But not right now because I'm really tired.
Andalusia in southern Spain. Millions of tourists flock here each year. Hardly surprising so many Brits make a permanent move here to try to cash in on the hordes of holidaymakers. Among them are Donna and Derek Riseborough, who started running a holiday let business just 3 weeks ago.
I can't believe this is happening really sometimes, can you? And that it's going so smooth.
I can't, it's like a dream. Kiss me and I wake up.
Donna and Derek live on an exclusive street known as Millionaire's Row in the town of Frigiliana. They rent this beautiful 5-bed villa, which includes a stunning pool, for €30,000 a year. While they live upstairs, they sublet the downstairs to holidaymakers and are now hosting a new family.
So we've got our second guests in, and they've got a 4-month-old, 5-month-old baby called Emily, and they're from Rotterdam.
The De Boer family found Donna and Derek's villa online.
We couldn't believe it. We checked it on Google Maps if it was really here. So on Street View, and we thought it was. So we just booked it. The view is amazing.
And the private pool is really, really nice.
So some happy customers, but Derek and Donna have only been letting the villa since the start of September, and with winter nearly on them, they need to find another source of income.
Oh, pretty.
So they've decided to try to let out the 3 cottages, or fincas, they also rent to long-term tenants.
This is Casa Lavanda. That is Finca Jasmine. And the third one, but that one's called Cortico Rosa. We made up them names, it's good, isn't it? So we're in the first of the 3 fincas. This is the living room. We'll be getting rid of all this stuff. It's a bit sort of old-fashioned for me.
The fincas need a little love and attention, but Donna can see the potential.
Lovely wooden doors and everything, I never noticed them last time I was here. And this is a huge room. I mean, this could be a family room. So You know, whoever gets this, we're looking at a long-term rental at the moment to carry them through the winter, but it would fit a family and no bother.
And already there's been some promising news from Donna and Derek's property agent.
Rachel has got 3 viewers for this today. 1 at 2, 1 at 3 and 1 at 4. She's explained that it's a work in progress to them. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a long-term rent.
The Fincas could be a viable business option to bring in cash through the winter, so Donna and Derek are keeping their fingers crossed.
This is a beautiful finca, and we could get a lot of rent for this each month. We could get between €600 and €700 a month.
But for now, there are more important matters. After a fortnight's stay in the villa, Donna and Derek are saying adios to their guests.
Hello, beautiful. Are you coming? Come on. Now I'm Auntie Donna.
Auntie Donna?
Yes.
Thank you.
You take care.
Yes.
Have a good journey.
For any new holiday hosts, feedback is key, so the couple are keen to check out the guests' verdict.
Fantastic in capitals. That word doesn't even describe how perfect our holiday was. The welcome after our flight was really nice and we already felt like home. Thank you so much for your hospitality. You couldn't have been any nicer. Wishing you all the best. Oh, how kind.
Yeah, it's good. Good.
You know what? It just makes all this so worthwhile.
It's great to get good reviews, but Derek and Donna had a late start to the season. What the couple really need is a long-term rent to keep their dreams alive. Tarifa, on the southern tip of Spain, is described as the adventure capital of Europe. And one of the most popular water sports here is kite surfing. The sport harnesses the power of the wind through a parachute-type kite to propel the rider across the water. It's now the fastest-growing extreme sport, and Tarifa is one of the most popular destinations in the world to do it. Kevin Mitchum and his wife Lisa have sunk their life savings into running their own kite surfing school and guest house.
Tarifa is cool. It's the kind of place which it kind of inspires those sorts of dreams.
So eventually people want to break out and do their own thing, whether it's in the cafe and restaurant trade or the kite surfing.
Kevin and Lisa have already invested almost €300,000 buying and renovating a 7-bed guest house. But this year, bad weather has regularly brought a halt to kite surfing, and it's hit their finances hard. So now they're looking for a way to bring in money off-season. Kevin is headed to Kenya to see if this could be a viable business option.
He really wants to, firstly, just do a bit of a recce and check it out and see what the conditions are like over there for kite surfing, if they could feasibly be good for beginners or for people that, you know, are just wanting to really improve their technique. Also, cost-wise, he needs to find out how much it would cost for people to be there, for him to go there, to see if it works feasibly from a business perspective.
Kevin has come 35 kilometres south of Mombasa to Diani Beach. It's now his second day here, and today he's turning his attention to where his customers could stay.
Karibu.
Hello, thank you.
How are you?
Good, good.
Good. Welcome. This is the villa.
Francesca manages this villa for the local owner.
This is traditional villa with the Makuti roof style, and is in self-catering, but you have a cleaning lady. You have 1 bedroom here and a bathroom.
Oh, nice, nice.
The villa can sleep 8 people and costs €120 a night. Plus, there's an added bonus.
The chef, if you want, every day, and it's really easy for us to organize for your guests.
Is that just evenings or?
No, all day, from 7 o'clock in the morning.
Breakfast as well?
Yes, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Yes.
Fantastic. It's similar to what we do back in Tarifa, like we have the house and all the guests share the house together. They're not shut off in their own hotel rooms and things. So, you know, this is going to be a trip with everyone mucking in together. So it's nice that we've got the option of a place like that where everyone's mixing. Yeah, I like it. I'll be seriously considering it.
Next stop is Diani Beach. Unfortunately, yesterday the winds were not strong enough to kite surf. Kevin has come to meet Jamie Hockley, who owns a kite surf school here, to see if the conditions have improved.
Hi, morning, Kev.
Morning.
How's it going, mate?
How's it looking?
It's looking a little bit better than yesterday.
Yeah.
With a few more knots, we might try and just get you on the water a bit earlier. See how it goes.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
One thing Kevin would have to get used to are the conditions here in Kenya, which calls for a very different skill set.
One of the biggest kites you can get, 17 square metre, and we've got a 14. I think I might even be all right on the 14, my size. Okay.
If he's to bring kite surfing students here, he first needs to get to grips with the Kenyan waters and winds for himself. Yesterday the wind was so poor, Kevin's surf ended before it had even begun. But though Kevin manages 10 minutes on the water, the wind is still not at its best.
It's nice just to get out there and just have a feel of kite surfing, just in board shorts, no wetsuits. Occasionally get that in Tarifa, summertime. I think we're going to go and check out this other spot, but Jamie's in contact obviously with his guys on the ground, so if the wind comes up we can always come back and have another try.
The next potential kite surfing destination is Gazi Bay. 55 kilometres south of Mombasa, where the calm Indian Ocean laps mangrove trees.
So we're right in behind the central Diani beach inside this big bay here. High tide still. You want to come up here on a low tide, and then on the change from the low coming back in onto high. You can come in, you can kite around the trees, sandbars, little mini lagoons.
It's been a busy couple of days for Kevin, and as his trip comes to a close, he has a lot of things to consider.
Quite a whistle-stop tour, but we've seen a lot in a couple of days. Been able to gather quite a bit of information on the kiting front, on the accommodation front as well. I think from that I can have a sit down, have a think about it on the plane on the way home, have a chat to Jamie when we get home, and we can carry on trying to plan it a bit and getting costs together and really try and put a package together.
Kevin has certainly been captivated by the breathtaking African landscape, but with just a few hours before he flies in the morning, will he fulfill his dream and have a proper session on the water? Nestling amongst the rolling hills and sun-dappled vineyards of rural France are some real property bargains. Places like this one in the Dordogne, with 8 bedrooms and an acre of land, which would set you back about €450,000. In the south of the UK, you can expect to pay almost double. Or just a little further south, this 4-bedroom house set in 4 acres with a pool and outbuildings was recently on the market for €625,000. This would easily cost $1 million back in Britain.
I think you get very good value for money because there's so many properties on the market at the moment. The prices are good. You can be as isolated or as busy as you want to be.
Oh God, it's hot. It's hot. It's beautiful.
It was the great property prices that persuaded Derek and Debbie Shooton to move to the village of Kue from Surrey, where Derek worked in engineering.
Are we there yet?
And Debbie worked in an office.
You can taste the fresh air.
Yeah.
When we get off the plane in England and you go back to visit, or you get out into where my parents live, and you can taste the pollution.
It's just fresh air, isn't it? We walk the dogs in the morning and...
I used to ride my bike 2 miles to work sometimes, and I can guarantee there'll be someone hootering, or you'll be in their way, or they won't let you cross the road. And here, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Derek and Debbie own a 4.5-acre property that cost them just over €330,000. There are 2 detached houses in the grounds and 2 barns, as well as a large wood and a swimming pool.
The difference in between here and England is incredible. We had a 3-bedroom mid-terraced house, which was 4 times as much as this 6-acre field and 3-bedroom detached house, and it's just, it pales into insignificance, the difference. There's no comparison at all.
No.
The value for money is incredibly good.
Derek and Debbie have been renting out one of their properties to holidaymakers for 3 years while living back in the UK. This season, they're moving over permanently, but to survive, they need to renovate another gîte, and they're doing all the work themselves.
This is the old part of the barn, so this is going to be the bathroom in here. Behind it, walk-in wardrobe, and then on that side is going to be the bedroom. I'm fed up with looking at this mess. I just want to get finished and the floor fixed and the roof done, and then we can build the bedrooms, and it's got to be ready for paying guests coming in.
And there's the kitchen to finish too, and to add to the pressure, they've got guests arriving in just over a month.
We've spent probably 6 weeks doing this. The first bit of plasterboard in, rewiring, putting the electrics in, finding the old French wiring and making sure that it works, because I've got 2 switches here. One should do a fan and one should do the electrics, but they both do the fan and the light. So I've still got a little bit of sorting to do on that, because it turns the fan on.
Yeah, dodgy electrics and wiring, yeah.
But competition in the gîte business is fierce, so they need to stand out from the crowd. They reckon an archery range and mini golf course will appeal to the family market, but first Derek must tackle
the dreaded mole. Well, there are signs of it everywhere, but you never find one, you never see one.
Derek's vision is that when it's finished, the golf course will have 4 holes.
The first green will be about here, looking back, so that's about 90 yards from where we were. So that'll be the first green, in between the molehills here. So I've got to make this flat, level, smooth, and then find a supplier of pins and holes for it.
All this means the couple are going to have their work cut out for the next few weeks, juggling renovations in one gîte and looking after guests who come to stay in the other.
Derek, can you help me make the bed, please?
Yes, darling. My favourite job. Shall I do my shake?
Go on then, do your shake.
Do my shake.
Shaky, shaky, shaky.
Their guests this week are the Collette family from Surrey, who were here last year and couldn't wait to come back.
Well, nice to see you. Did you have a good trip?
Yes, good, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh. There's plenty of room for everybody, you don't feel overcrowded. And then, yeah, with additional activities and obviously like bikes and stuff like that, it's pretty much set out for everybody, really.
Put Darcy's note somewhere. Yeah. It's perfect for us because of the kids and stuff, so we can go in be in the pool. We haven't got to worry about a hotel room or anything like that. It's like a home from home. It's perfect. See you later. Might see you. See you later.
It's great feedback, but with more guests booked in and a stack of building work still to do, can this couple really hit their tight deadline? In Frigiliana, it's another big day for Derek and Donna Riseborough.
Oh, it's breezy, isn't it?
Because their final guests of the season are en route. But first, the couple have decided to make their presence on Millionaire's Row official, with their very own sign.
This is what happens when you come to a different country. You've not got the proper tools, but I'm determined I will try and get through, and I won't give up.
Perhaps a little research is what's needed here.
Let's go and have a think.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Have a brew.
And a think.
Before you even contemplate getting your drill out, it's a good idea to understand what you're up against.
Well, that's always useful.
Always use a good masonry drill bit.
And with the correct drill bit,
oh yeah,
it's finally job done. And now it's Donna's turn to get creative.
What I need to do now is I need to put my letters on where they should be and then start gluing. They'll be coming from far and wide to see this sign.
It's all going swimmingly.
Oh!
Or maybe not.
Honestly. Wow.
Hey, that looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Finally, the sign has pride of place, leaving just enough time for some last-minute jobs.
A couple of bugs having a swim. I won't charge them this time. God, there's loads of them.
And the work is finished just in time.
Right, quick! Deke!
As their guests have arrived.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hello, hi.
Hi, nice to
I'm
meet you.
Donna.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
The Huizinga family from the Netherlands are here for a week.
This is the double bedroom, and there's a bathroom with that bedroom as well.
Oh, great.
Okay. This is the living room.
Beautiful.
And in the fridge, we've put in some milk and bread and eggs.
Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah, it's unbelievable. She found it on the internet and it was already looking good, but when you are here in real life, that is definitely good.
The girls, when they heard they had their private pool, they really went crazy. They were like, what? Oh.
More satisfied customers. Marking a short but nonetheless successful first season as holiday hosts.
That's a deep sigh.
It's been absolutely mad, hasn't it? What a mad summer.
Woo!
And even though they've started their new venture late, they've now received news about the villa that will almost certainly guarantee their new lives on Millionaire's Row.
Another reason why we're drinking a celebratory drink is we've secured a long-term let in the bottom part of the villa for the winter, which is fantastic news for us. We only got the word yesterday. Instead of it lying empty and getting no income, we're getting an income from it. Somebody will be living in there for 7 months.
And the good news keeps on flowing. Derek and Donna have also managed to secure a long-term rent for 2 of the fincas, bringing in even more money throughout the winter.
We're actually in profit from day one.
Yeah.
We're actually making money right through the winter months, right through the spring, which is really good for Spain, because most people make the money during June till September. I think things are
pretty good.
Pretty good.
And Derek and Donna are so confident that they're now looking to expand their property portfolio.
Welcome to Rio Chilla.
They're currently in negotiations to take over this 3-bed villa in nearby Rio Chia.
I think being in the letting business in the UK for 8 or 9 years has taught us valuable lessons. We hope to be able to do that in Spain as well.
If all goes to plan, they'll be ready to open for the next season.
On the business side of things for us, the expansion has happened very much sooner than we thought and had planned for.
And with a successful first year under their belts, this couple are confident that they're here to stay.
I'm really happy here.
I've made up my mind. I love it here. I don't think we'll be back in the UK to live. Here's to our first successful year.
And our new life in the sun.
Cheers.
Cheers.
In western France, the Schoutens are still nowhere near finishing their new sheet, despite 300 hours of work.
It is tough, and it's tough to get it right and tough to get it perfect.
Time is fast running out though, as the first paying guests are arriving in just 5 hours.
I'm going to take the food in there and unload.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know, carry on doing what you were doing.
Not sure what I'm doing now. Who knows?
That's our lunch.
Derek heads for the bathroom where he tries to get a grip of some door handles.
It was annoying this morning because I've got a set of handles there which I thought would do. They don't actually fit, so that won't go in. So I had a pair of handles, thought they'd be all right, but they weren't. So I had to nip out and buy a handle.
Derek still has to finish off a towel rail in here, hang a mirror, fix the shower and paint the ceiling. And that's before he starts in the bedroom.
One door done. Next, 2 little tiny screws to go in that, which I might do in a minute. I'll do the mirror next. Mirror. If I can get these bits and pieces done and then start painting the ceiling.
Meanwhile, Debbie is getting the other gîte ready for the next guests in there.
You do get into like 5th gear and you just can keep going and going and going. That's not ironed very well, is it? I've got lumps. Come on, behave, quilt. Hey.
Normally, this would be no problem for Debbie, but with all the renovations going on next door, the couple have gone from working 6-hour days to 16-hour days.
I'm feeling stressed. I'm not worried because I think we can only do what we can do. Tired and hangry, they say. Where you're sort of angry and hungry and yeah, that's a bit me today. And I hate ironing, especially when it's lovely weather outside. Pillows and then we're done. All done. Ta-da! Right, next job. I'll go and find Derek, I think, see what he wants me to do.
In the bathroom, it's 2 steps forward.
Perfect.
Oh, 1 step back.
Oh, door's not on.
Bedroom next, but there isn't a bed in there at the moment. That's in the barn.
Needs a wipe, really, before we take it in the house, because it's just going to make the house mucky.
Oh, I thought you had it. Oh.
The guests are due at any moment. The gîte is still a work in progress.
Mind the bottles.
And the bed isn't even made. Literally.
You're right, yeah.
Might have been better if we'd cleared this corner first, mightn't it?
It's not level, so I've got to make some packers up for the floor to bring it up level.
I'll see you later.
It's looking very unlikely that they'll be ready for guests. But then Debbie gets a call.
The other family have been delayed because they were put on the wrong boat to Dunkirk.
No.
And because of the delays. So they're not going to be here till about 8 o'clock this evening. Yeah!
It's bought them some time, but will it be enough for them to finish? It's late August at Alice and Joe's B&B and restaurant, and after a summer of big events, they're about to host their final one of the season.
I think at the end of the Battle of the Bands, I thought they went great. Really happy with it. I was such a grump to begin with because I was just absolutely dreading it. I wasn't sure how it would play out. It's so out of my comfort zone.
You're a little bit grumpy.
Yep.
Because it's become sort of quite formulaic now, food-wise and, you know, sort of organisational-wise, I don't think we actually next year have to have too much to do with it apart from booking it and managing it. So I think that will make it feel very different for us. We can just go out and enjoy it.
As well as holding tonight's events, Joe and Alice are still juggling the B&B side of the business. And there are 2 new guests to check in.
Julia, come and look at this. Isn't it just beautiful?
Right.
So what time does it all happen? About 7?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock everything starts.
Wonderful. So a nice little read.
Yeah. So obviously the bathroom is through
the
there.
bathroom is there. Can we have a little peep? Ooh. Gorgeous. Oh, this is what it does at the view.
And they're not the only ones staying here on recommendation.
We'd heard about it and just heard really good things about it all together. And so we just wanted to see it for ourselves, really.
Experience it.
Experience it.
25th anniversary for us, and the surrounds are just fantastic, and it's a nice place to be.
Happy the events are running like a well-oiled machine, Alice and Joe can finally take a step back and let their team take over.
I think Joe's got her civvy outfit on now as well.
That always makes a difference,
Makes
doesn't
a
it?
difference, isn't it? Chef's outfit off, civvy's on. So yeah, I think you'll have a good time. I think we'll both have a good time. Should we just have a bit of a party tonight? It's the last one.
Yep. No, absolutely.
It's the last one after all.
Absolutely.
Should we just have a bit of fun? Not stress, not worry. This is the last time we'll cater for 80 to 100 people over the summer.
I think for our sanity, it needs to be.
No matter that it have been incredibly tiring in a way, that they've gone so well. I had no idea so many people would come. Absolutely no idea.
You should trust me more.
But relinquishing control doesn't come easy for Joe.
I don't know what to do with myself. Yeah, I'm just sort of playing with a corkscrew, trying to look kind of official, like I work here. It's the only reason people know now.
But despite her being at a loose end, the party seems to be going well.
It's like a wedding, isn't it? And the food looks amazing.
You can't have a better view, really, from here. And the company's always great, the service is lovely and the food's delicious.
The sun is shining and lovely company.
Yes, we've just met.
Yes, which is wonderful. It's lovely to be waited on and just to hear the hum of people enjoying themselves.
With the barbecue cooking up a storm for the hungry customers, the wine is flowing and the band is playing. The whole evening is another success for Joe and Alice.
Amazing food, yeah. They accommodated my vegan requirements, which was absolutely amazing. So, very happy.
And it looks like Joe has finally convinced Alice that the music events, whilst pushing them to their limits, have been worth it.
I wouldn't change much of the format next year. I think it's all right.
I know. I shall phone you from the Bahamas to see how you're getting on.
You're going on? Are you taking the private jet, darling?
But then, just a couple of weeks later, disaster strikes. A massive storm has hit the region and their outdoor marquees have bore the brunt.
This one is absolutely trashed. I think there's no question that this one is going to go to the marquee graveyard this afternoon.
But worse, there's also a power cut.
Who knows what's going to happen tonight?
Yeah, that's
We'll get through the day. I mean, hopefully the electric's never been out for this long. I mean, my big worry, apart from anything else, is that I've got fridges full of food.
But with a full B&B and restaurant of customers to serve, how will Joe and Alice cope? And could a great season be marred by Mother Nature?
There will be a point, if it doesn't come back on today, that the hot water will run out. And that's never happened to us.
Just south of Mombasa on the Indian Ocean, Kevin Mitchum is at the end of his 3-day fact-finding mission. He's checked out a villa for customers to stay and some potential tourist trips, but low winds means he hasn't had chance to experience the best kite surfing. But now, just hours before he flies home, the wind is absolutely perfect.
I'm really happy to get out, you know, going to the airport in about an hour's time, so I'm going to have one more quick ride.
Kevin's guide Janie is relieved that he's finally getting to experience the best of Kenya's kite surfing conditions.
I've been all around the world kite surfing, and for me, Diani is one of the best spots I've found. Very, very safe conditions to learn, great conditions to improve, fantastic conditions for people that want to come here and just see the scope of what Kenya has to offer.
It's the perfect end to Kevin's trip, and it's convinced him that this could definitely be a viable business opportunity.
To get out and ride properly was lovely, yeah. It's like riding in the bath, the temperature is gorgeous. But like having, I had dolphins in my bath. There's a couple of dolphins out there that I rode around a little bit, so that was amazing.
If he can make the numbers work, this will be a great alternative during the Spanish off-season.
Occasionally I get some people coming over the winter time to Tarifa as well, but it's very ad hoc and, you know, I can't budget for it really. I don't know when people are coming, so I've just been trying to put a few little figures together here and see if costings come out as a package that people will be keen to go for. I'm definitely going to look to put a package together. Once we get some photos up and videos to advertise it, hopefully they'll come flocking.
It's now the end of the summer season, and back in Tarifa,
These are just some of the pics from a few of the locations in Kenya that we went to.
Kevin's talking through his ideas with wife Lisa.
This is the main Diani beach area where we'd probably do a few days general kiting.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
And after crunching some figures, Kevin thinks he should be able to offer a week's kite surfing for less than €1,000.
Yeah, it's going to happen, yeah. But
You'd made up your mind before you even came back, actually, hadn't you? I said to him when he got back, I was like, what do you think? Yes, we're going. We're doing it as soon as possible.
Yeah, I want to strike while the iron's hot.
And with interest already being shown in their African trips, this will hopefully be a lucrative arm to the business to help secure their future.
I need to do these things to try and make sure that we don't start next year on the breadline again. So, well, you know, all these little things hopefully will keep the wolf from the door.
Oh, it's a tough way to keep the wolf from the door.
How many cliches were there in that sentence? There's quite a few there.
There's no doubt this has been a difficult year for Kevin and Lisa. But at the end of season party, there is still plenty to be proud of.
Thank you guys for coming tonight. We just wanted to say a really big thank you to all of you and to everyone who's not here as well, because without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are today, really. No. So just a big thanks to all of you. We really, really appreciate it. It's been a little bit up and down, hasn't it? But we've got there, which is really nice.
Yeah, and as she said, with the help of guys in there, especially Rich, my instructor, and Lucy, and running the house for us.
And hopefully we can go into next year on a positive, and it can keep growing into what we want it to. Here's to next year. Cheers! 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 Thank you so much, guys. We're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you so much. Cheers!
Investing their life savings into their kite surfing school and guest house was a bold move for Kevin and Lisa, and has seen their finances stretched to their limits.
When you go from being in a position where you're relatively comfortable, you've got some money saved, and you think, oh, you know, we're okay, to suddenly all of that's just gone, and you're in this position where you're not quite sure if you're going to be able to pay the rent for a couple of months and stuff like that, that's not enjoyable particularly. But I think the long term is what's kind of got us through it somehow.
But it finally looks like the investment is paying off. Bookings for the guest house are already coming in, which is a great sign for the couple.
Virtually everyone that comes loves the situation in the old town. They love the way that we've decorated it. They love the communal atmosphere. People's feedback has been popular and made us realise that we've probably done
we've done the right thing.
And already they have 4 bookings for their Kenyan trip, so Kevin and Lisa believe they've secured their new life in the sun, and are even thinking of expanding.
My dream would be that we'd have a really nice boat with all the kites on the back, so we could just anchor off some beautiful island, do a bit of kite surfing off the boat.
Learn to sail for
We've got to learn to sail, yeah.
But just head into the Mediterranean, you've got so much, all different countries and islands.
Yeah.
But realistically...
we can do it. What are you talking about?
Next time, Unfinished Business.
He says, oh no, the house needs finishing, and he's gone off on the mower.
At Derek and Debbie's holiday home.
Run out of time and paint. You don't come on holiday to look at the decor, you come on holiday to relax.
Can Joe and Alice
check-ins now
handle arrivals with no power?
So have you got electricity? No. Excellent.
It should be on by the end of the day, we believe.
And 2 Brits ready to start their Spanish dream.
We arrived here yesterday at 3:30 with nowhere to stay.
But will they fall at the first hurdle?
I do not want to be staying in a tent on the beach while we run in a business.